I went ahead and wrote an example up here for factoring trinomials. And so here's why I wrote it up there so that we know what we're doing and why we're doing it. Understand that what we're about to do is only able to be done because there is a 1 in front of this x squared. It's an x squared by itself. Over here you have an x squared by itself. Okay. Understand that this is only done whenever your leading coefficient is 1. Okay. So what we're going to do when we're factoring is we need two numbers, okay? Two numbers that to add to 5, which is b in this case, and they multiply to 6, which is c. And by that I mean this is your A, your B, and your C. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to 6, so they have to be multiples of 6 that add up to 5. So I need to find the multiples of 6. Okay, so let's find the multiples of 6. I'm going to, over here on the side, multiples of, I don't even need this on top. Multiples of 6. Okay, multiples of 6. So I can say 1 and 6. 1 times 6 gives me 6. 2 and 3 give me 6. And that's it. Now I'm going to do this just because you need to. Okay, what I'm going to do is also remember that -1 and -6, a negative times a negative also gives you a positive 6. A -2 and a -3 also give you a positive 6. Okay, I wrote those, and you'll understand why later when we're dealing with different numbers. Okay, but I wrote all my possibilities of getting a 6. Okay, now again, my rule says I need two numbers that add up to 5 and multiply to 6. So all of these multiply to 6. I need them to add up to 5. So 1 plus 6, is that 5? No, that's 7. 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3 gives me my 5. They equal 5. So I'm going to use that. So all you're going to do is now your factors are going to be x plus 2 and x plus 3. You're done. These are your factors right here. You've factored it. Okay, that means that if I were to multiply these out, okay, by using FOIL, x times x would be x squared, x times 3 would be 3x, 2 times x would be 2x, and then 2 times 3 would be 6, and if, when I were to clean it all up, it would give me this. Okay, this is the factoring of the trinomial, okay? Two numbers, multiples of c, that add to b, okay? That was just an example I made up. Here we go. Let's try number 24. Number 24 says v squared minus 8v plus 12. Again, my rule is I need two numbers that are multiples of c and add up to b. Okay? So in this case, my c, right now I need to find multiples of c, which is 12. Okay, multiples of 12 would be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And again, now I also need them to add up to, -8. That's a -8. So now I need two numbers that would give me a -8 from these. You would say, well, let's just go. I'm going to write them again. I'm going to write these, write the negatives on here. You could say, -1, -1, -12. You could say -2, -6. You could say -3 and -4. Sorry, I was reading a text. Okay, so now I wrote all my possibilities. Okay, the problem is that I cannot use any of these top ones because 1 plus 12 gives me 13. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll write it another color here. 1 plus 12 gives me 13. 2 plus 6 gives me 8. 3 plus 4 gives me 7. All of these are not that -8 that I want. I want a -8. So now I'm going to go down here. -1 plus -12, that's -13. -2 plus -6, that's -8. That's what I want. And -3 minus -4, that's -7. Okay, so the one that I want is this right here. So we're going to use these two factors. So all I'm going to do is say x, or not x anymore, we're working with v. V, we're going to say minus 2, okay? Why minus 2? Because this is negative 2 right here, okay? So v minus 2, parentheses, v minus 6, because this I grabbed a negative 6 over here. That's saying that if I were to multiply this out, FOIL it out, v times v would make you v squared, v times negative 6 would be negative 6v, negative 2v times v would be negative 2v, negative 2 times negative 6 would give me positive 12. This is it being factored. Okay? Try out the next problem on your own. I think it gives you 2. Try out 25 on your own, and if you have questions, let me know and I'll do another video. Okay?